Hello students, in our last few sessions already we had talked about the other four classes of vertebrates, that are class Pisces, class Amphibia, class Reptilia and class Aves. Now in today's session I am going to talk about the class Mammalia. They are commonly known as mammals. Class Mammalia includes 4,000 species, most dominant land animals on earth, but they are not living only on land. Mammals you can find in anywhere, in soil, on land, in the water, everywhere, in the desert. Two identifying characteristics: hair or fur and mammary glands which produce milk for their babies. Now, what are the basic characteristics of mammals? As we are mammals, most of the features you already know. So the main features of mammalia are as follows. First one, already I have told you, body covered with hairs or furs. Their full body is covered with hairs. They are the most advanced animals till now. So all the advanced characteristics are present in this class. In that, first is they are warm-blooded animals. Already I have told this what is warm-blooded animals, then also I am telling it once again. Means they are having their body temperature constant. It is not changing with the environment temperature. Possess projecting external ears, means they are having external ears or pinna. They breathe through the lungs. You know that we are breathing through lungs. Give birth to young ones. That means they are viviparous. So among the all classes of vertebrates, only the class Mammalia, the members of class Mammalia or the mammals, they are viviparous. Means they give birth to young ones or babies. But there are some exceptions. Platypus, duck-billed platypus and spiny anteaters, which are not viviparous, they are oviparous, means they are laying eggs. Young one suckle milk from mammary glands present in mothers. You know, we all have brought up from babies by drinking mother's milk. That is the main important features of the mammals, having mammary gland present in mothers, and by sucking the milk the young ones they get the nutritions. Usually have tails and forelimbs. Heart is four-chambered. I have told already they are having all the advanced characteristics. So they are having four-chambered heart, means they are having two auricles and two ventricles. Also so many other characteristics are there. They are having their full body is covered by skin which contains a numbers of sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Sweat glands secrete sweat and sebaceous glands secrete oil in our skin. and their body, mammals body cavity actually is divided into two parts. One is thoracic cavity or the chest cavity, and another one is abdominal cavity inside the belly part. And this chest cavity or thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity both are separated by a muscular dome-shaped membrane-like structure that is known as diaphragm. So diaphragm divides mammal's body into two parts. One is thoracic or chest cavity, another one is abdominal cavity. Now if I will talk about the examples of mammals, it will be very funny for you because it is very known to you. So many mammals you know as examples. Here also you can see the pictures: deer, cow, lion, elephant, whale. These are all are the very common members of class Mammalia. And most advanced till now animal or mammal, you can say, we are the most advanced mammals, means human being, Homo sapiens. So by that we have completed the discussion of all the 5 classes of vertebrates. Now at last I am going to talk about the difference in between vertebrates and invertebrates. Here you can see the major differences between vertebrates and invertebrates. In your book also you can see so many good differences are there. You can follow that also. So first column is for the vertebrates and this one for invertebrates. So number 1 point, for vertebrates, they have an internal skeleton. You know, vertebral column is present and all the internal skeleton, endoskeleton is present, formed by bones and cartilages. But for invertebrates, no internal skeleton or endoskeleton is there. Number 2, a backbone is present or vertebral column. Here backbone is not present. For vertebrates, tail is usually present, just now I have told. Here in vertebrates, tail is absent. Actually, here the tail contains, for the vertebrates, actually tail contains the bony parts. But here in vertebrate, if the tail is present also, this is not the proper bony structure inside it. Now heart is on the ventral side of the body and here heart is on the dorsal side of the body. Spinal cord is dorsal and hollow. Dorsal and ventral already I have told you. Dorsal means the upper part and ventral means the lower part. Nerve cord is ventral and solid. For vertebrates, 2 pairs of limbs are present. For invertebrates, 3 or more pairs of limbs are present if they are having limbs. Vertebrates, hemoglobin is present in RBC or red blood cells, and for invertebrates, hemoglobin, if present, it is mainly dissolved in plasma. From your book also you can see the differences in between the vertebrates and invertebrates. So many differences are there also. So students, by that we have completed the chapter, that is the big chapter, kingdom classification. Please go through that very well because so many questions can come from this chapter. Next session or next class, we will talk about the short exercises of this chapter. Till then, bye and have a nice day, students.